Do you think it's possible for a leader to be too nice? Well, recently the NBA hosted the 2024 All-Star Game in Indianapolis, and the game itself wasn't anything to write home about, but something happened during one of the broadcasts that I really feel is something we as leaders should give close attention to. Shaquille O'Neal, who is a four-time champion, Hall of Famer himself, was giving some advice to Damian Lillard, and he said something to him that I thought was really interesting. Take a listen.
Dame, I don't have any questions. I'm going to give you some advice because I'm your big brother.
Yeah.
I've been in the position you've been in before. Kenny's been in that position before. You and Giannis, you're being too nice.
Yeah.
When it all said and done, it don't work out, three people going to get blamed. Doc, you and Giannis. So you and Giannis got to make sure the troops get it done. There's no reason, but with Doc being there, y'all should be 3-7. That right there is unheard. So y'all,
Right.
So when you get back, you're gonna have to grab some people by the necks and say, "Hey, this is what I need you to do." So
You're right.
That's my
Gotcha.
advice to you, young brother.
He told Damian Lillard that he was being too nice and that when he gets back after the All-Star weekend, that he needed to grab some people by the neck and tell them, hey, this is what we're going to do in order to turn this ship around. Now, I really believe that sports is a great arena in order to study leadership principles. And here, Shaquille O'Neal is telling Damian Lillard that if you're trying to accomplish this goal to win a championship, that you as the leader, one of the three leaders of the team, that you can't be so nice. Now, I would not suggest to any leaders out there that you're being too nice when you're trying to lead your team. But I think what Shaq is trying to communicate to Damian Lillard in his own way is that you have to start holding your team accountable. That you just can't let people come to practice whenever they want to, not hustle, not run hard, not give 110%, that they can just show up however they want to show up and think that they're going to win the game. What I hear Shaq telling Damian Lillard is something that all leaders need to understand, is that if we're going to win as a team, we have to hold each other accountable. That you're going to have some hard conversations. You're going to have some crucial conversations. You're going to have to hold your team accountable, because if you don't hold people accountable, sometimes you'll have people on your team who will put forth the least amount of effort just to get by. And that's just not sufficient in order to win a championship. So I would not suggest to any leaders out there like Shaq suggested to Damian Lillard that you're being too nice, but I would suggest that if you're not holding your team accountable, that if you're not setting very clear expectations for what you're expecting from them and what it looks like to be a member of the team, that if you're not communicating them on what it means for them to go all out and to give 110%, that if you're not really being that leader who's not just communicating it to them, but also modeling it for them, that you actually might be too nice. And that being too nice might just actually cost you the championship. I would love to know what you think about what Shaq said to Damian Lillard, and if you think it's possible for a leader to actually be too nice.